Organizations around the world are spending billions of dollars on trainings. They need to know if this money is spent effectively and is providing any measurable benefits. That's the reason training evaluation is required. This video explains the Phillips ROI model for training evaluation. Let's see what we are going to cover in this video. In this video, we would provide answers to the following questions. Who gave the Phillips ROI model for training evaluation? How is this model similar to Kirkpatrick's model? What are the various levels in this model? What happens in each level, and what are the drawbacks of this model? Phillips ROI model for training evaluation was given by Jack Phillips. This model is built on Kirkpatrick's evaluation model and is considered as an expanded version of the Kirkpatrick's evaluation model. The table on the screen shows how the Phillips ROI model for training evaluation is similar to the Kirkpatrick model for training evaluation. The 5 levels given by Phillips ROI model for training evaluation are: Level 1, Reaction; Level 2, Learning; Level 3, Application and Implementation; Level 4, Impact; and Level 5, Return on Investment, ROI. Next, let's see what happens in each level of Phillips ROI model for training evaluation. Level 1, Reaction measures the initial response of the participants for the training. Did the participants feel the training was useful? Was the training of good quality? Were the participants happy to be part of the training? Were they excited or were dejected due to the training? All this is generally measured at this level through questionnaires, surveys, smile sheets, or informal discussions. The data captured at Level 1 is not of much use to the organizations as it is too basic. Consider this oversimplified analogy. You see a professionally dressed, smart-looking person while conducting an interview. You are impressed by his visual appearance. Similarly, only the immediate reaction of the participants for the training is captured during Level 1 of evaluation. Level 2, Learning measures if learning has happened through the training. This is generally measured through pre-test and post-test after the training, quizzes, comparison with a control group, and observations from colleagues or managers. The data captured at Level 2 is important for the organizations as the basic aim of any training is to enhance employee performance. Consider this analogy. You start interviewing the candidate with whom you were so impressed in Level 1. At this stage, you realize that the candidate's basic knowledge on instructional design is not up to the mark. You hire the candidate and put him on training. The candidate performs well in the assessment conducted after the training. This is what is captured during Level 2 of evaluation. Level 3, Application and Implementation measures if the participants are using what they learned during the training. If not, it also determines what are the issues with application of the learning or its implementation. Continuing with our analogy, the candidate had performed well in the assessment conducted after the training. However, you are still getting escalation from the client on the quality of work done by this candidate. What's wrong? Phillips ROI model helps in figuring out the problem. For example, the case might be that the candidate is creating good storyboards. However, the instructional design lead doing storyboard reviews is making a mess in the storyboard. This is what is captured during Level 3 of evaluation. Level 4, Impact measures if there any measurable impact of the training on the business. Along with it, the Phillips ROI model also measures the other factors that might impact the business. In the analogy, if the client has reduced the number of projects, escalations and quality are not the only factors that are to be considered. Phillips ROI model consider other factors also that can impact the business. For example, the client might have lesser training budget on their end, the client might be contemplating building their own capabilities, the key stakeholder might be sick, or a tornado might have disrupted the client's business, etc. Level 5, Return on Investment, ROI, measures if the training was beneficial in monetary terms. Investopedia defines ROI as a performance measure used to evaluate the efficiency of an investment. Cost-benefit analysis is done to determine this. The formula to calculate ROI is given on the screen. One important point to consider over here is that the profit should eliminate the profits due to non-training factors in this calculation. Some common drawbacks of this model are that the ROI is calculated at the end of the training. That's quite late to implement any changes as the training has already concluded and the learnings can be implemented only in the next trainings. Another drawback is that it is difficult to figure out the profits due to non-training factors in the ROI calculation. This brings us to the end of this video. Now you know who gave the Phillips ROI model for training evaluation. How is this model similar to Kirkpatrick's model? What are the various levels in this model? What happens in each level? And what are the drawbacks of this model? We would come up with more interesting and informative videos soon. Till then, keep learning and growing.